What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Baggers and Brews channel and the After Hours with the Crew weekly live stream. Thank you guys all for joining. And we've got a special guest today, actually two special guests. So I'm going to let George kick that off.
So what's up, everybody? Welcome in tonight. We got a nice little crowd here. And tonight we have with us AERO and AZURA RUDD from CIRO3D. What's going on, guys?
Not too much. How are you guys?
So just a quick moment. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves and let the people know who you are?
So my name is AZURA RUDD. I'm the marketing manager at Ciro and also AERO's younger sister.
Yep, I'm AERO RUDD. I'm the president and founder of Ciro.
Nice. Very nice. So let me get to my...
So yeah, we're very excited to have you guys on tonight. Obviously, we've been working with you guys for a little while now, and even long before that, we've been using your product. So we're all three super excited to have you on tonight, Eric.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Before we get going, what was the first Ciro product you put on the Road Glide?
I believe, I think it was the Sandoval.
It's the same
mini floorboards.
Exactly the same.
Yeah,
that was the
which
same.
I
part.
love and swear by, and they're so comfortable, and I can't see using anything else.
Yeah, once you get used to them, I don't think you ever you go back to pegs.
Yeah,
but that's from people who ride bikes with floorboards as well, and
True.
You know we love floorboards.
True.
So
they're a great size, kind of. You know, they're not a full size floorboard, but also not as small as a foot peg. So it's kind of a cool combination. The mini board.
Love them.
And I don't think there's anything out there that is that size. Like they're a little bit bigger than that Harley mini floorboard that Harley makes. That's the only thing I could see that's even close, maybe to comparison. So, but they're bigger than that. They fit your boot nice.
So I have the Harley mini floorboards as my highway pegs, but after trying your guys putting the footed, the comfort level is so much better. It really is.
Hey, Carolyn, my wife has the mini floorboards on hers, and they're definitely smaller.
So, all right, guys.
Cool.
So tell us. I mean, I want to kind of start from the beginning. And when did your passion for motorcycles begin? Because I know you both ride.
Yeah, it's been a long time, longer than I can remember. Just I remember growing up, my dad always had a bike in the garage. So from the earliest memories I have, I remember looking at that thing, just staring at it, thinking like in awe, like this is so cool. I can't wait till someday I'll be able to actually ride one of these myself. And so just growing up, I was around them a lot because my dad was in the motorcycle industry too. And so I think my passion really took off when I turned 16 and could finally get my motorcycle license and go out to Sturgis with my dad. Was the first place that I really rode. So we took an RV out to Sturgis, stayed at Glencoe, and then it was my first real riding experience. Was out there doing all the cool roads like Needles, Iron Mountain, just seeing these crazy sights from the motorcycle. I was impressed because you just get such immersion into the atmosphere. You can see everything, a 360 view. You get all the smells, the sounds, just so much more than you would in like a car. And so that's really what spurred my passion. I knew it was something I'd do lifelong from that moment.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And for me, it was probably, I think I started about 4 or 5 years ago. And actually, AERO was the one who taught me. I learned first on his dirt bike. So he kind of, what would you say you did to it?
I ratchet strapped down the front and rear suspension, so it was low enough for her feet to touch the ground because it was a 250. And then I took a universal ball mount and a hose clamp, and I clamped the throttle so that you could only open it like a quarter turn. Oh, wow. And then she hopped on there, and she'll tell you about her experience.
Yeah. So then I don't know why I chose this day, but it was raining, and I thought, okay, well, might as well try. So AERO put me on all of his dirt bike pads and gear and everything so that I was protected. And that's when I first used, a clutch and things like that. So I took off. I was doing fine and everything. But then I started getting a little excited and almost hit this big wooden fence. So I slid it down, and I mean, I was fine and everything, but it's like, maybe I shouldn't learn on the dirt bike in the rain. So yeah, then I got just a little mini bike, and that's when I actually got a lot better, was using the mini bike. And then I also enrolled in classes, and I was one of the best in the classes, which I was happy about. So the mini bike helped, and so did AEROs tips and things like that. So then I got my Sportster 883 iron.
Nice.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
And that's what you're currently riding, the Sportster?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But before I move on, Aero, you were 16 and camping at the Glencoe.
Yeah, that was an eye-opening experience. I've never seen some things like that before.
Wow,
That's a good time.
That's awesome.
Hey, before you move to your next question, we missed the beer check.
Oh,
So for what everyone's drinking tonight, I'm drinking Equilibrium, which I don't know. Where's Equilibrium, Adam?
it's New York.
New York?
Yeah.
So Equilibrium Energy Evolved. It's a double IPA by 8.5%, and so far it's worth its lofty price tag.
Hold
We're not talking about that.
No. How much was the 4-pack? Because I'm kind of surprised.
It was like $13.99.
Shut up, dude.
The Piney Princess is watching. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking Kettle Wrecked. It's from Wallapop Brewing Company up in PA. It's a 7.6, very malty. For those that have been down to Puerto Rico and tried the local drink, the Malta, it tastes just like Malta.
Which is why I don't like it.
It's probably why you don't like it. But
Sounds horrible.
from being from the island, it tastes just like it. It's delicious.
Cool.
And reason to watch the channel tomorrow, we'll be putting up a video for Fugly Sweater, Christmas beer from Ithaca Brewing Company on the southern end of the New York Finger Lakes. They're pretty much a nationally known brewery. I mean, at least in the eastern part of the country, eastern half of the country rather. But they put out one of the country's finest IPAs, Flower Power. So Fugly Sweater is good.
Yes, and that'll be on tomorrow's Thursday, or actually, it'll be coming out tomorrow.
It'll be coming out.
It's our Thursday, a little late this week. And then for the next leading up to Christmas, we'll be doing a Christmas beer every week. So check that out, guys. All right, go ahead.
Go ahead. I got the go ahead. All right. So the next question is, what are you currently riding? We know AZURA's on that 883, that iron, which is a cool bike. And how about you, Aero?
Yeah, for me, it's kind of depending on the mood and the location. I think the most I'll ride the 2018 Street Glide. I got the all blacked out special, and then I have all the black Ciro parts on it. I kind of like that style better, just the all black look.
That's a great move.
But if I'm feeling just like a quick blast around town, fast ride, I'll take a Ducati 1199 Panigale. That's been one of my favorites. I've had that bike for probably about 6 years now. And then if I'm going super far for a long ride, I'll even take the Goldwing, because we got that whole product line for the Goldwing, and it's actually, I'm impressed with the bike. Growing up, I never thought I'd like them, but the new generation, 2018 newer, it's a lot more sporty, it's comfortable, and if you just want to go real far, it's a great bike.
Nice.
He did just use sporty and Goldwing in the same sentence.
Listen, I'm sure we got at least one Goldwing rider that follows our channel. I know of one.
The boots and jeans riders. I know there's a couple. Yeah. Listen, the Goldwings are great. I just, man.
Cadillac.
Yeah, I'm not ready. I'm not ready, Aero. I'm not ready.
Have you tried one of the new ones yet?
Huh?
No.
Yeah.
I haven't.
I haven't either.
That's right. It'll be impressive, I think.
That's what I'm worried, that if I ride it, I might like it, and then we have a problem.
Yeah, we do have a problem.
No, the Street Glide is definitely my favorite, though. I got the most miles on that thing out of anything.
Out of everything. Nice.
Yeah, Street Glide's nice.
Yep.
So, what inspired you to start Ciro? What one morning you got up and you were like, I'm going to start a motorcycle parts company?
Yeah, and actually, it didn't start out as wanting to start a motorcycle accessory company for sure. It's just I knew I wanted to start my own business ever since I was real young. But just growing up in the industry, and I worked for a couple different motorcycle accessories companies as well. And so it was what I was familiar with. And so I knew I wanted to start something. So I started Ciro, and we actually started out doing distribution for UTV accessories. So I brought a UTV out to Sturgis one year and just showed off all the parts. That's when UTVs were really starting to get big. And I tried to be a distributor for UTV accessories for a while. It wasn't taking off as much as I hoped. And I wanted to really create my own products. So then we actually started making a little bit of automotive stuff. And so we started out with some larger air cleaners for like a 4-barrel carb for the classic cars. And the only issue there was I didn't really have the perfect place to sell it to get the volumes I would need to actually pay back tooling and to really get into that industry. And so since I had so many connections in the motorcycle industry, and it was 2014, so the Rushmore bikes had just come out. So it's just a huge opportunity to jump on this new Rushmore bike, brand new body style, and just create a super cool product line for these new Harleys. And so that's when Ciro really started to take off. We came up with about 150 products that first year once the Rushmore bikes were released, and then brought them all out to Sturgis for the 75th anniversary. And that's where we launched the line. And then ever since then, we just keep adding to the stuff, and it's been growing quickly.
Nice.
It has.
How many products do you currently offer as Ciro?
We have about 450 now.
Wow. That's awesome.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
So Whit Meza says that she has a goal of riding a iron butt on a Goldwing.
That's her next goal.
Oh yeah, I've talked with her about that. I told her totally she should. She'd be a great one to do that.
Yeah, I can see you doing that.
Mhm.
Well, I'm sure she will if that's a goal of hers. It'll probably be done pretty soon.
She doesn't set goals that she does not achieve with.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, she drove all the way to Ciro, just one morning, basically stopped for maybe an hour and then drove all the way back. Probably drove like 8 hours just to stop by for a little bit.
Yeah, just for a quick lunch.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it
that's pretty cool.
was really great to meet her in person and hear her stories and things like that. So yeah, it's definitely
It's we are big fans of Whit. I've actually been a fan of Whit since she came on the scene doing the Wisconsin back roads, and I don't think anybody's not proud of what she has done for women in the motovlogging community right now.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, the Iron Butt, 48 states in 11 days.
Mm-hmm.
She is,
Wow.
she's going to do an Iron Butt on a Goldwing. She'll do it.
Yeah,
I believe it.
totally.
The most comfortable one she's done.
Probably, actually.
Yep.
So where did the name come from, AERO, the name CIRO3D?
I started off with a long list of names, probably 70 or 80, and trademark searching that. You'd be surprised how hard it is to find a name that's not taken in some industry. And at that point, I didn't even know exactly which industry I wanted to go to. I didn't want to limit it either to be like, oh, Ciro's trademarked in, say, like the automotive industry, so we can't do automotive parts. So I found something that's wide open. I had a graphic designer drop a bunch of logos for like my top 5 choices of names. And the Ciro logo plus the snake head that you've probably seen is just such a cool combination. And then it also has a good meaning behind it. It's Lord or ruler in Latin. And our goal is to rule the motorcycle aftermarket. And so I thought it was fitting, and we decided to go with it.
That's cool.
The 3D actually came after, just because the domain name was taken. And so I just added 3D because everything we do is in 3D, from designing the parts to all that. We use 3D printers, 3D modeling. So that's where the 3D comes from.
Well,
Nice.
The logo definitely is.
Yeah, I
badass.
love the logo. I mean, the logo is pretty cool.
Thanks.
Quick question from Adam Rugg. He wants to know if Ciro makes handlebars.
No, we don't make handlebars.
Any?
I mean, there's a lot of good options out there already. We try not to go after things that we don't know how to make better. So some of the things we make are currently out there, and we'll take them and try to improve on them. But handlebars, I think there's so many out there. There's a lot of good options. So it's not something we really pursued.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's handlebar market is, you know, a lot of people have been in that for a long time.
There's a lot out there.
So speaking of handlebars and products, can you give us a glimpse? Because I think the average person has no idea about this. What goes into getting a product to the market?
Sure. Yeah, it's quite a process, actually, more than a lot of people would realize, I suppose.
Mhm.
But it starts out as we'll acquire the bike that we're going to make the product for, and we'll actually scan the entire motorcycle into SolidWorks. So the whole bike is basically a CAD file that you've got on your computer. What they do is that they cover the whole bike with a white talcum powder, and they use a laser arm, and they use that powder so that the laser doesn't reflect, because then you can't get accurate readings. And so then we've got the entire bike in our software in SolidWorks. And from there we can start, well, we'll all stand around the bike and just look at where can we add lighting? What styling can we enhance? What does this thing need that's missing from the factory? And so a good example would be on the 2014 plus, like touring bikes, like the Ultra, those big gaps in the back between the saddlebags and the fender was one of the first things we saw when they released that bike. And so we took big hunks of clay for this one, actually, jammed the clay in there between the fender and the saddlebags, and just sculpted the clay to the exact shape we wanted our filler panels and the lighting to be. From there, we actually molded urethane lenses out of clear urethane and got some LEDs from AutoZone to stick behind there and just kind of make a prototype. It was a real rough prototype. A lot of times we'll have something a little bit more fine than that. But once we had that thing modeled out of clay, we scanned the clay piece into the computer, and from there we're able to actually print out a 3D model in our Stratasys 3D printer. From there, we actually have the perfect dimensions. You can test fit, because that thing prints out ABS plastic. So you can actually bolt the part onto the bike, even if it's pegs, highway pegs, phone holders. You can bolt all those 3D printed parts on and actually ride with them, confirm that the fit is just right. And the fit on our products is better than a lot of other companies, just because we have that thing laser scanned, and it's insanely accurate. Like, it's more accurate than any measurements you can get on there with a caliper or something like that. And so with that 3D model, once we have it complete, we'll usually make a few revisions, but once that thing's perfect, we send it out to the factory. They'll send us back a quote. We'll expand that quote to the different levels it's got to meet, like distributor price, dealer price, retail, and we'll try to get it in line with current offerings, like from Harley Davidson. We'll make sure our pricing meets or is better than theirs, so that it's competitive. And from there, once we okay the project, in about 30 days, they'll send us the first samples that we can actually test on the bike, make sure the quality is great, make sure it looks exactly how we want, and then okay the project. And then about 60 days after that, we'll finally get the inventory. And so there's quite a process, but we have a great team behind it, and it's been going well so far.
It is a process, and it's one of those things that sometimes people don't understand why things cost what they do, but they see a product that comes to them in a box, and they have no idea like how it was developed or how it got there or anything else that was that surrounds that product. So
even with something as simple as a phone holder, you've got all these different pieces that come together. Our phone holder is probably 10 to 15 separate pieces of injection molded plastic. And for each one of those pieces, you need a mold. And those molds are huge hunks of steel, CNC'd out to be perfect tolerance. And so the mold cost for something like the phone holder would get up to about $50,000. And so you've got to be able to sell enough phone holders to pay back that $50,000 in tooling, which is why the phone holder is $65 and not like, I don't know, 15 like some of the cheap ones you'd see on Amazon, because it's all original. It's all designed for the bike. It's going to do exactly what you need it to do. It's purpose built rather than something that's universal.
Right. So it's funny, you talked about tolerances, and shameless plug, our install video of Bert's Fang headlights are on Ciro's website. But one of the things, you know, we almost laughed about it when we put them on. To install those lights around the headlight, we took off a blank from Harley, and the headlight, the light that we put in there, fit better than the blank that was from the manufacturer. You know, yeah, it's
true. We were pretty surprised.
It was an eye-opening moment for us. We're sitting in his driveway going, wow, that fits better than, you know, than the manufacturer part, which is, I got to tell you, not something you see, especially in the motorcycle, you know, aftermarket, you know, industry. It's, you know, I think you've got like a backrest, like the Amazon backrest that is like the forever kind of the struggle, you know, it's just,
yeah.
So real quick before you move on to some other questions, I want to not neglect our side chat. We got a lot of familiar faces in here. The Military Biker, Droop, Mandy the Machine, Moose Knuckle, Angry Boomer, the Piney Princess, of course, who asked how many of those 450 parts can you fit on one bike?
On one bike?
Listen.
All of them, if you don't want them to fit perfectly, you just slap them all on
there. AERO says all of them. I like that answer. That is.
We got Emery HVAC. iPhone Tim is in the house. Of course, Stacy. The V Twin Life podcast is in here. Tom Miller, Adam Rugg, Witt, of course, we talked about earlier. Who else?
If we missed anybody,
Bell's Rides in here. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did notice someone said here, how do they become a reseller of Ciro products? We do have a link at the bottom of our website. That's how to become a Ciro dealer. So that has all the information and things you need to fill out to become a Ciro dealer. So you can just head over to our website for that.
Okay, cool.
So interesting question here with Dad from a Bike. He says he wants some Indian Scout bobber parts. I have an opinion on the Indian, and I'm not sure if I'm wrong or I'm right, but it seems like when Harley came out with Rushmore, a lot of things have stayed the same for a long time, and it seems like Indian hasn't kind of gone there yet, where things have been standard for a number of years. So are you guys thinking about Indian? Or
we are.
Yeah, okay.
Once the volumes get up there high enough, once there's enough bikes to support the aftermarket, we go after it. But like I was mentioning with the phone holders, when you spend so much money on tooling and these molds to create the product, you need to have enough volume to sell 1,000 of this part to pay back that tooling. And so if there's enough bikes out there to support the investment, we'll definitely go after it. But and Indian, I think they're getting there. It's close, so I think we'll go after Indian fairly soon. But we got to go for like the highest volume bikes.
Yeah, absolutely. And correct me if I'm wrong. The CIRO3D phone holder will fit on an Indian.
It will, yeah.
Yeah, perch mount will fit all 14 and up models, and we do actually have. You can search by model on our website, and we have an Indian category. So we do have highway pegs for like a bar, crash bar mount and things like that. And our shock and awe, we actually just did 2 shock and awe kits on Indian bikes at the last Lone Star rally. So, I mean, we do have some products for the Indian models, but I know people are always wanting some things that we don't have yet.
Yes.
Wow.
And
we like to hear ideas though. And the more we hear people's ideas for the same thing, if we hear 10 times from people at rallies, oh, I really want highway pegs for this bike, then we'll strongly consider that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So to answer V-Rodder's question, based off what AERO just said, that would be never. They will not be making stuff for a V-Rod.
Yeah, I'm not wrong.
Although the phone holder probably fits.
Could fit the phone holder.
It will fit. So. Got a couple of things there.
Yeah, the nice thing, at least about our phone holders and drink holders, we have so many different mounting options, like our bar mount, our perch mount, our universal ball mount, that we've had people put our phone holder and drink holders on such a wide variety of things, from their pontoon to their lawnmower to a cup holder on crutches. I mean, you name it. So you can, you just got to be creative.
Did you say crutches?
She did say crutches, but I'm thinking I need one for the John Deere.
Yeah.
Are you on it enough to use that?
I would use it if I had it, though. So that answers the question. There's it's more than Harley and Goldwing. There's lots of stuff that fits on Indians, and that's very cool. And this is what I was thinking about. With social media and the internet today, like people see Ciro and they see this website that's, obviously very nice. They see, the rig at rallies. And it's easy to assume that it is a large company. And how big is Ciro? Like, how many people do you employ? How many jobs do you create, in Wisconsin?
Yeah, we're actually not super big. We have 16 employees at the Hudson office. And then we've got a warehouse over in Marine on St. Croix, Minnesota. But we keep it fairly small just so we can react to everything so quickly. And having Drake Specialties as a distributor, they've got hundreds of sales reps. So that helps us not have to hire so many salespeople and stuff like that, because they'll bring the product into all these dealers for us when we mainly just focus on design, manufacturing, and marketing. So
that's very that is very cool. It's it's crazy with the internet. People can develop a perception, and they might not think that they are supporting a small business. Yeah. We just had Small Business Saturday, and you are a family business. So very cool. The other thing that I've been seeing, talking about like Drake Specialties, I saw an Instagram post. Temecula Harley. It was not a Harley around here, but they put up an Instagram post of their Ciro display in dealer.
Oh yeah.
Which I thought is the first time that I have personally seen that. We don't have any of our local dealers here that have that. And I thought that was pretty cool. Is that something people can hopefully expect to see?
Yeah, hopefully more and more. We try to get as much penetration into the dealers as possible, but Harley also tries to make it as difficult as possible for the aftermarket companies because they want to sell their phone holders, their drink holders, all the stuff that competes with us. So they make it so dealers can only have a small percentage of their show floor dedicated to aftermarket, and it needs to be clearly marked that this is not Harley Davidson, not affiliated. But so it's a challenge to get in there, but we're trying to get into more and more dealers. It helps when the customers come in there asking for the stuff, because then the parts manager is a lot more likely to actually put that on display if they know people want it.
Yeah, that's where it starts. And unfortunately, like a lot of that aftermarket area, that to me it seems in the Harley is eaten up by exhausts.
Yeah,
because
it takes up a lot of room. And they quantify that 10% by square footage. So if you're having all these huge things like aftermarket bags, exhaust seats, it cuts down on what else you can have pretty quickly.
All right.
Sure. A good question from the military biker. He would like to know if Ciro offers a military discount.
We do. Yep. Is that you have that on the website?
Yeah. So, we do have a MAP policy, but you can send us a message and we'll let you know what we do for.
Yeah, we'll send you a discount code.
Okay.
Very cool.
There you go, Stevie.
Email away. So here's a good one. This is not a Ciro related question, but what passions in life do you have outside of motorcycling?
I've definitely got a passion for most motor vehicles. I really like cars as well. I've always been into cars and customizing. It's kind of the same feel as customizing bikes, but just another way to do it. I've also got a 6-month-old puppy, so I've been spending most of my free time trying to train her and having a lot of fun with her.
Nice. Makes Bert swell like a tick. I think he's swelling just hearing the word puppy.
I'd get her, but she's pretty crazy. She'd be all over the place.
Maybe at like the end or something.
All right. How about you, Azura?
For me, well, I do, of course, before all the COVID stuff, I do really enjoy traveling. And then I do like fashion as well. I previously, before Ciro, I worked at a magazine doing events, but I did some modeling as a side thing in college too. But I don't do that anymore. It was just too hard with full-time work, but I still have great friends from it and everything. But otherwise, yeah, just work and things like that, hanging out with friends. So
nice.
On the water a lot.
Huh?
You're on the water a lot, aren't you?
Yeah, I do really like the water. I'm not super good at swimming, but I know how to wakeboard and water ski and things like that, and snowboard, downhill skiing. So, yeah.
Yeah, we are not big skiers.
I know.
Yeah.
Nope. I tried to water ski once and
that couldn't have worked out.
Pulled my groin, so good on that.
Yeah. A fun fact, I did go wakeboarding on Lake Como in Italy. That was probably the best.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
So real quick,
Yep.
Ty has a question.
Ty
He
from
would like
Tennessee.
to know if Ciro has any plans to come out with any Sportster S aftermarket parts or LEDs.
Yeah, the Sportster is definitely one of those lower volume bikes, so we don't have a ton of offerings for it. But like Azura, she has the Fang turn signals, tail lights on hers, as well as the Vision X headlight is a great upgrade. It's got the halo built in, all LED, lifetime warranty. It makes this is way better than the standard headlight.
It makes a huge difference. And also, I never liked the orange lens covering, so I switched to the Ciro front and rear Fang inserts, and I got them black because my bike's all blacked out. So it looks way cooler, and then they kind of pried off the reflector off the front fork so that it's all blacked out. So it's pretty cool looking.
Have to, yeah.
Yeah, the Fang turn signals, I think what people don't realize when they may purchase them is that at night they add a lot of light.
They are bright.
Yeah.
They are
bright.
And these guys will tell you, like, I'm always in the back of the pack, and the bike is so bright, especially now, like it is just so bright. It's I expected them more just to be turn signals. I didn't expect them myself to add so much light at night. And I think when you're on a Sportster, that is important because you don't have the lighting that, some of these touring bikes have.
Totally. Yeah.
And one of the cool things that we have to help us develop those lights and make them so bright is a program called KeyShot, which you actually, once you have the lens developed in SolidWorks, you can put it into KeyShot and it simulates the lighting effect going through that lens. So you can actually design the lens to have all the refractments to direct the light exactly where you want it and focus it to make it look super bright to the naked eye. And so that's one of the reasons that our LEDs have specialized lenses and is some of the stuff that the other companies don't have access to.
So talking about lenses real quick, the filler lights that for the Ultra, the amber lens that runs down the middle of that is it's really cool. It's bright. It's a thin, evenly lit LED. Is that how you guys do that?
Yeah, on that one, we actually made it solid instead of having any space for air between the LED board and the lens. And so that way it acts a lot like a magnifying glass because it just magnifies those LEDs so greatly. It looks just like a solid bar. And that's kind of how you get that effect.
Little details like that is what makes a great product right there.
Yeah, it's listen, lighting. I mean, we've done a lot of videos on lighting, and it's just, to me, it's so important. Front end is always first for me. I think it's important for people to see you coming down the road. Those people at those turnouts or those intersections. I mean, for the bike to be lit up and bright is so important. We were on a poker run where a guy almost turned in front of you in a pickup. Wow. And
more for my skills.
Your skills. More for your angel.
That was an angel.
That angel was close.
That was very close.
shout out to John Bednar. Cycle Fanatics is in the side chat. You guys, I think, know who he is.
Yeah, hey, John.
John's another Jersey boy. Him and I used to live in the same town actually before I moved down to South Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
I really want to get, like, it'd be fun to have all of our influencers in Sturgis at the same time so we can all hang out. That would be cool.
I'm in.
Gotta tell me twice.
I know. Even if I gotta fly, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. It's about 1,800-mile ride for us, but you know, it's
but it can be done.
It can be done.
Yeah.
What is of all the products you've bought to market, what is the favorite product that you have? Is there one product that you're either super proud of or is just your favorite?
That's a pretty tough question, just because I do have a lot of favorites, but one that I definitely can't go without anytime I go riding is the Cyber Charger, the phone holder with the wireless charging built in. Just because when I'm somewhere new, like I go to all these shows out in places I haven't been before, I'll just take my phone out, go to Google Maps, find just like the curviest looking roads, and I'll put that in as destination, put my phone in the Cyber Charger, and then I'll just follow that. And without that thing, I'd be completely lost. I'd have no idea where I'm going. And just doing that, I find a lot of really cool roads, just looking for the curviest ones on the map and using that to get me there.
That Cyber Charger, it's an important piece of life to us because
Love it.
people are like, I understand why you have a bike with GPS and you're still using your phone. Well, if anybody's used Harley GPS, it's not good.
I can't even figure it out.
Yeah.
I can't text with the GPS, so
You should.
how am I going to text and ride?
Yeah.
So
Kidding. Don't do that.
no, he's not kidding.
He's kidding.
There's a story. We were coming back from a ride, and I think it was when it was like first had the phone holder. I feel like it was like early on, and we were leaving a ride from down the shore, a couple of us, and we get to the bikes, and Bert's like, I got a fantasy draft. I forgot about it.
Oh no, not that.
So he fantasy drafted on the way home.
Not really.
In the dark.
It was a good team.
Leading us, and yeah, there you go.
It's a good team.
So
yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Tell everybody all the horrible things I do in life. Go ahead. Also, another Ciro friend in here, newly minted Life on the Blacktop. Brian's in here.
Oh yeah, Brian and Heather.
Yep.
They're great. They came to Ciro, and we got to hang out with them too, and they are so much fun.
Yeah, they're super cool.
And there's a video. If you guys want to see that, go to, what are they called now?
Life on the Blacktop. I'm still getting used to it.
And go through their history, and you can find that video where they visited Ciro.
And it was a good video. And we love Brian and Heather. We spent a majority of our Sturgis trip with them. They crashed with us for a few days.
Oh, fun!
So
Nice.
we had a really great time.
Can't wait to see them again.
Yeah.
They say they're coming out east, but we have an over under. See, they well, now they'll know this, but we have an over under just to see if they'll make it past Ohio. So we're not sure they'll make it past Ohio. I know Heather is shaking her head right now. So with that being said, we do have a lot of creators in the side chat, and we have there's some that are in their early stage of growing, like around that 1,000 subs. Some people are, a number of channels in here are below that. What advice would you give a creator when reaching out to a company for a partnership?
So I do manage all our influencers, and I actually seek them out too. But we do get people that reach out to us also. And the main thing too is that we just have to make sure that it's obviously beneficial for both people involved. So for people just starting out, it might not be a good fit right away, but of course, that's not like we won't write you off right away. I definitely keep my eye on people that, are just starting, or people that are still small but growing, definitely don't give up. I mean, it takes time to grow a following, and takes a lot of hard work and things like that. But if you stay with it, it'll pay off. I find that, you know, consistently putting out content, that obviously always helps. And also influencers who really show their personality always seem to do really well and things like that. But yeah, for us, I mean, you can always send us an email with the link to your channel, things like that. And, you know, we do have an affiliate marketing program too. So if you do end up buying our products or things like that, you can also get signed up with us through that affiliate marketing program. It doesn't cost anything. And that way you can get a kickback from any sale that's made through the link. And we always urge, you know, our customers to buy through our different influencers links too, so that, you know, they receive a kickback and things like that. But mainly, yeah, just reach out. I mean, we don't have a standard, you have to be this X amount of followers or things like that. It's on a case-to-case basis, basically. And also just the personalities, how it would fit well with the brand. If we kind of match the same sort of values, things like that. If it would be a good representation of Ciro, things like that.
Cool. Yeah. I think one thing that for all of us small channels to kind of keep in mind, we all get really excited as we approach that 1,000 subscriber mark where we're going to be able to monetize, and we all have that thought in our head that now we're just going to explode and we're going to make money and all this stuff. And
you make $7 the first month.
But you just got to keep in mind for all those channels that are just, you know, just monetized, or you're still in those smaller numbers, that it is a process. Like you said, it's a process. And just because you hit 1,000 doesn't mean, you know, all these, you know, companies are going to come running to you, you know. It's got to be in their interest. So you just got to, you know, keep putting in the time and the work, and you know, things will fall into place.
We were having this conversation, and this is, you know, just to expand on that, we were having this conversation on, I think, Bri the Biker's live stream a few days ago, and I approached Azura. We had been using Ciro products for, you know, since we've had our baggers.
Yeah.
So, you know, it would, you know, one thing I would say is, you know, be using a product before you just go to a company and, you know,
ask for free products.
Products. It's just not like,
That's another big thing is that, you know, we get requests for people that you can tell just want free things. And of course, it always helps if, you know, they know a little bit about us, or they actually use our products, or they know, they do their research first before reaching out, instead of just copying and pasting, sending to multiple companies, you know, because you can always spot those.
So, and I will tell you, if you're planning on contacting Azura, Azura knew as much about baggers and brews as I knew when I talked to Azura.
I do research on people.
He was buttoned up. I was like, Bert, you knew as much about the channel as I do, and and it's like, you know, I look at the analytics all the time. So
that's funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly so nice. Just, I feel like I built a little community of friends with our influencers. I mean, I genuinely enjoy talking to you guys, and, you know, some of the other people too. And it's fun to see you guys are all friends, you know, some of you guys too, you know, talk and support each other. And that's great to see. I mean, that's what we're all about, is creating that close, tight-knit biker community that's all supportive of each other.
And that is a lot of what, you know, the motovlog community is about. And I mean, a lot of us discovered Ciro through Adam. He was, you know, Adam Sandoval was the first,
paved the way.
You know, I kind of feel like paved the way, and probably paved the way for you guys in a lot of ways for working with creators. But I mean, even Cycle Fanatics, John, you know, thank you, Stick Baggers.
Thank you.
Hey, Steve.
Another
There he
good
is.
guy right there.
And another, you know, part of the CIRO community. You know, we are all friendly with each other, even to the point. I mean, we haven't, you know, met Steve yet. It's definitely on the list, but we've ridden with John from Cycle Fanatics. We've ridden with, you know, Blacktop Devil, and it is very cool that it is becoming a community in that way.
Totally. That's why it, you know, it would still be so cool. I hope one of these days we can all, you know, get together at one of the rallies or things like that, just to all hang out and meet up. That would be for sure. That's on my bucket list.
That would be a good time.
That seems now on that, you know, and there she is, Mrs. Blacktop Devil. That seems to be all the motivation the Blacktop should need to come out to Delmarva and Ocean City. John and Baggers are right up the road. If we could get them to come right out east to come to what is an awesome rally. And we were very excited to see you guys there this year, because I believe this was your first year at Ocean City.
Yeah.
And we hope you'll be back next year, obviously, but it's just a great rally.
Yeah, definitely.
So here we go.
They had a good spot too.
They did have a good spot. We couldn't fly the drone.
Couldn't fly the drone, but it was a good spot.
Next to a power plant.
Yeah.
But it was easy in and out. I mean,
yeah,
it was easy in and out.
see it from the street.
All right. Share one little known fact about yourselves.
Oh boy.
Well, that's a tough one, but I guess for mine, I'd have to go with, I went to an all boys military school. So that was interesting. A lot of cool aspects. I don't know, we got to shoot guns in school, which is unique.
All right.
All the marching, and you didn't have to worry about embarrassing yourself in front of girls. So,
All right.
That's always nice.
That's it. All right.
It's nice. Gave you that drive to, you know, keep working, especially with a company like this where you're probably always working.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool too, because, you know, when we were younger, my mom would actually drive him to school first and then me, and everybody would stop what they were doing. Even if they were getting out of the car or anything, everyone would stop anytime they were bringing out the American flag and putting it up the flagpole. Everybody would stop and like salute.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cool to see.
That is very cool. It's cool, and it's cool that you remember something like that from your childhood. That is that's a nice memory.
Yeah, well, it was great to see that, you know, people would just, no matter what, if they were in the middle of getting out of the car or whatever, everybody would stop and just show respect, and that was pretty cool.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's like growing up on a military base.
Yeah,
You know,
same thing, right?
I'm a veteran, and I still work on base right now, so it's nice to see that every day.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, I suppose a fun fact would be, I mean, if you watch Blacktop Devil's Life on the Blacktop's Devil. Life on the Blacktop. Sorry, Brian.
Blacktop.
If you watched his video, you'll know that I did break my foot this past summer.
Mhm.
I actually rode my bike over to AERO's house to surprise him. And I got so excited, I forgot to put down the kickstand, and it crushed my foot, ended up breaking 4 of my toes. So I was in a boot and used a little scoot all summer, basically.
That's terrible. Just real quick, I want to answer Rob Johnson's question because they already touched on this. Not yet as far as the Indian stuff, Rob, but it could be coming down the pike at some point.
And there are accessories like the phone holder, and there's some foot pegs, the toe rests. There are a number of things that do fit. And as they said earlier, you can go to the website, and which is linked in the description of this video, actually, and you can search by bike and model.
Yeah, I noticed he mentioned the Harley Tri-Glide as well, and we do have a lot of rear end lighting specific for the Harley Tri-Glide.
Mm-hmm.
And anything on the Batwing fairing will fit the Harley Tri-Glide, like lighted dash accents, the fang bezel, the headlight, back blades, passenger drink holder. So we do have quite a bit for the Harley Tri-Glide if you check out the website.
Nice.
Cool. What you got?
Nice. Well, this is the big question here. This is my grand finale, as they would say. Where are we at? What do you want people to know about Ciro and the Ciro brand?
Yes, I'd like everyone to know that we're just a bunch of riders, and we're just out here trying to make cool stuff to help you make your bike cooler, because we all know what that feeling is like when you put a new accessory on your bike or get it all detailed up nice and just kind of sit back and stare at it in the garage for 10, 20, 30 minutes. And so everything we do, we try to make it easy enough for the customer to install in their garage by themselves with limited tools. We've got a lot of great videos out there like you guys have done on how to put this stuff on. If you're not confident before you order, just watch that, and it'll instill the confidence you need to just go and get that project done. And we want you to feel that great feeling when you made your passion even cooler. So we just want to share that with everybody. And we've got the best customer service in the industry. So if you ever have any issues or any questions about how something goes on, just give us a call and we'll make sure you get helped out and that you're happy.
I have experienced that customer service myself at Sturgis. My phone charger went out. I made a phone call. He said, I'll be at Sturgis. Come see me. Got there, changed out my phone charger in a matter of minutes.
Good.
Best customer service I've ever encountered or dealt with. It was absolutely a great experience.
And I feel like we put that video out before we were even.
That was our first Ciro video. I mean, it wasn't
before we even approached.
It wasn't
them,
even a product video.
And that was all about their customer service. It is great. I had the same.
Great.
I had the phone charger. Was it the wireless one? I think so. It just stopped charging for whatever reason, and I shot an email and I got a response like almost immediately back. Just send us a picture of the charger, and I did, and they sent me one out like right away in like a couple days. So
yeah,
it is pretty impressive. It's hard to find that kind of customer service nowadays.
Good. Yeah, it seems like a lot of places you'll have an issue with something and you basically just have to throw it away because it's not taken care of. But we definitely don't want anyone to have that experience with us.
No, absolutely not. And I upgraded to the Cybercharger at that time. That's when you came out with the Cybercharger. Yeah. So I ended up getting the Cybercharger. I still have it. Works great.
I'm old school. I haven't upgraded to the Cybercharger yet.
Old school.
Yeah.
You're old school.
I have the plug.
You have a plug and a phone charger on the bike, but you're old school. Oh boy, this one. Corey had a question, and I mean we know the answer to this, but Corey wants to know if you guys make a tour pack light.
Yeah, for the Harley Tour Pack, we have quite a few options for that now. We've got the center brake light, which is run and brake. We've got the brand new. Is that one released yet?
Streak. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Streak, which actually has our light strike technology built into it. Which I don't know if you guys have seen that yet, but it's an
talk about light strike for a minute, because I think this is something very, very cool that people may or may not know about yet.
Yeah, so you've probably seen it on some of the newer cars. It's basically where the taillights are animated. And with Light Strike, it's actually a Bluetooth module built into our lighting. Anything that says Light Strike technology on it has it. We've got multiple accessories with it now. And so it's got startup animations. When you turn your bike on, it'll do kind of a cool animation. There's about 10 to choose from. It's got turn signal animations. It's got brake strobe built in, because normally you'd have to plug something under your seat and then mess with that. But this is just built right into the light, so there's no extra modules you need to buy. It's got, what else? Just pretty much just all kinds of animations you can control, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool because the nice thing is it can be a strobe, and you can choose how often it strobes. So there can be a delay between strobes as well when you hold the brake and things like that. But the nice thing is you can totally control everything through the app. So if you just want it to function like a normal tail light or brake light, it can do just that. Or if you do want it to have all the animations and cool features and modes, it can do a wide variety of things too. So you basically choose how you want to customize it. But ultimately, it's really great too, because up on the tour pack there, if you have it, it's great for people if they use a trailer on their bike as well, and then you can't see that lower lighting at all. So that extra added light up on the tour pack lets people know when you're braking and things like that.
You can't use the animation stuff because you're old school. So
yeah, they're gonna hang on to this joke now for a while.
So you could just have it on the basic function.
Yeah.
You can just see, you know.
I'll just sit there and flash my brake lever.
old school doesn't have lights.
Yeah, it's funny though. People might be like, "Well, who pulls a trailer?" You do not understand how many people pull trailers on. Thanks for hanging out, Maurice. How many people pull trailers on motorcycles until you go to a rally?
Yeah,
and you get close to that rally and you start to get in rally traffic. And I mean, going to Sturgis, people with these homemade plywood trailers were like bouncing all over the road. I was like, I don't know how you do it.
You see some crazy stuff on the way to Sturgis.
They should do a section for trailers.
Guy had a 57 Chevy trailer we passed like down at Daytona.
Oh, yeah.
57 Chevy trailer was very cool.
Some cool contraptions for sure.
What else we have going on in the side chat there?
Oh, question to Ciro from Toby. With all the lights added on a bike, does CIRO3D make something to clean up the spiderweb of plugins under my seat? Sorry, my eyes suck. The spiderweb of plugins under my seat, something other than zip ties.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's all based on kind of how you run the wiring to the control module you plug it into, but all of our lighting includes the plug and play harness that we actually source the OEM plugs from Harley. So it's going to be about as neat as you can get it. But when you add 10 things to the back of the bike, then I'm trying to think of the best way to clean that all up. If you use the Y harnesses we have instead of multiple different modules, that'll help clean it up quite a bit because it's not so bulky. And then it also helps to run your wiring different locations up to under the seat. So if you're taking, say, the filler panels, go along the fender, and say if you're doing something on a saddlebag, go along the saddlebag instead, so you don't have all that wiring ending up the same exact spot. But if you wanted to call one of our techs or send him a picture of your under your seat, he could actually kind of walk you through it and help you hide that wiring as good as possible.
Customer service right there.
True. Very true. I mean, listen, you guys, I think if people aren't familiar, with the Ciro lighting and the Ciro products, one, everything you open, and genius, by the way, full color instructions.
Yeah.
I like color pictures.
Like, I don't think there's a product in my life that I have gotten, and I got to tell you, IKEA should take note, because if you've ever put anything together from IKEA,
oh boy,
those instructions can be a nightmare. But the full color instructions are awesome, and they're laminated because you're working in a garage where it's greasy and it's dirty usually. So, you get that, and everything's plug and play. There's no, there's nothing else that you have to do. I remember when the Crossbones I had LEDs on the Crossbones and had them installed at a rally, and those guys were like, they were crimping Y connectors and using heat guns. And
thanks, Rob.
Thank you, Rob. This is this is not that. These products are, if you're not familiar, they are not that.
Yeah, you don't want to do that on the 14 and up bikes because they use a CAN bus system, which basically monitors all the electric current going to your lighting. And if you start tapping and splicing into that wiring, it's going to throw engine codes and you'll pop an engine light up right away.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
So what do you guys have coming in the next year? What can you tell people that you just released Light Strike, which was, I think, a big deal.
So we're adding Light Strike to a bunch of the products. Pretty much anything that's a popular item and is wide enough to really use that animation, we'll be adding Light Strike to. As far as other products, we can't talk about too much before it's patented and stuff, because then that kind of voids your patent.
Yep.
Understand.
What else? What did you know? Okay, yeah, nothing else to talk about.
No, totally understand. But I think the idea of adding Light Strike to some of the products is very cool.
Yeah, we do have the Latitude tail light coming out with light stripes. So that's something that's coming soon, and that'll be exciting.
So that's actually Corey just asked in the side chat if we could talk about how nice a piece the Latitude tail light and plate holder is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. So that will have light stripes soon, and that'll be great too.
Wow,
That is very cool.
that is cool. See, they don't know our side chat, and I'm sitting here trying to get questions, but we've got like everyone in our side chat's a comedian, so I get like halfway through the question and realize it's more of a joke than a question. So the struggle's real with these guys, bunch of knuckleheads.
I did notice a question earlier that was commented on. So when you get our packages, it comes with the Ciro green tape on the outside. If you guys are getting Christmas gifts and you don't want us to put the Ciro green tape on it, just send us a message on our website in live chat. I also do some live chat, so I'll let our shipping team know to keep it a little bit more of a secret so that your husband or wife, whatever, or boyfriend doesn't see that Ciro tape.
Nice.
But wait, there's more, because if you were on Azura's last live, you will also know that they will wrap your gifts for you.
That's true. We do offer gift wrapping.
Well, for guys, that's like key. I mean, if you were buying the Piney Princess something, can you wrap gifts?
I can wrap a gift.
Oh no, I can't. No, no. I
like their colors better.
I wrap like I have no.
But
thumbs.
I'm sure they would probably do a better job.
Hugely important.
One of our guys at Ciro, he actually really does enjoy gift wrapping. But yeah, most of them definitely probably wouldn't.
Awesome.
That's funny stuff.
Oh, and by the way, I just want to let you know, Professional Monkey says that instructions are for amateurs.
Yeah, we get people that toss them out, but then they'll contact me on live chat. Wait, how do you do this?
But just for the record, he usually does show in his videos that he has leftover parts. So,
Oh yeah.
I don't know if we want to go by that.
Where Meza says, great show tonight. Great to see you both here live. Great brand, fantastic individuals. And yes, I think we both agree.
Thank you.
Thanks, Whitney.
Well, she said she'll come help wrap too.
Oh, there you go. That's her jam. Oh, before I forget, this might be where they get mad at us because they don't know this is coming. Can you say casserole for us?
Casserole.
Casserole.
There it is.
She's got it.
She's got it. That was one of the highlights of our trip for me. One of the highlights of the trip when we stopped at the where were we at? Were we in Minnesota?
We were at a Cracker Barrel, I think, like just on the border of like Wisconsin, right there.
Yeah.
And the guy came over and
casserole.
he was like, "Would you like some casserole?" And we all looked at each other like, "Oh my, we are not in Jersey anymore."
Wait, do I say it normal or does AERO say it normal?
AERO says you say it like you're from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Oh shoot!
Yeah.
Weird.
What was the other word? There was another word he said.
Wisconsin.
Oh,
Patties. You want
patty? Yeah, patties. Yeah. That's funny.
So that Midwest, there she goes. That Midwest accent love. Yep, it is.
I noticed another question because I'm watching some of the other questions on the side comments there about bigger bar mounts. So we did just add the 1.5-inch bar mount. So we did get quite a few requests for that size just with the aftermarket bars. So now we have them for 7/8 to an inch, 1.25 inches, and then 1.5 inches as well.
And that is great if you have taller bars, like you had the mounts on the bar going up. You didn't have a perch mount
Correct.
originally. So if you don't want that perch mount, I like the perch mount.
Yep.
But
yeah. And you can also flip the perch mount. A lot of people do it upright, so that the ball's on the top, but you can flip it upside down if you want it to hang down a little bit. If you have
mine on the bottom because I have all my mirrors and everything on the bottom. So I have mine flipped down to the bottom.
Yeah.
So Adam Rugg says, could Ciro do more how-to videos? Be helpful to see the installation. Well, Adam,
have almost all of them.
I think if you go to Ciro's website, probably for each product, there's at least 2.
Yeah, I think we
Most of
have
them.
quite a few. So if there's one that you think could be better, just let us know. I am curious which ones you're looking for.
So, and you could see, I mean, Sick Baggers has done a lot of installations. Steve does a very good install video.
Yeah. He did.
Life on the Blacktop, bang, got it right first time. See, it's growing on.
Yeah.
Life on the Blacktop
Concrete
has some, and Concrete Devil.
They're better at making the install videos than we are, so we appreciate them doing that.
We definitely do, and especially because they, you know, it's also good to have them do it because they have a different take rather than us, who we're very familiar with the product. So it's great to have. I don't instruct them how to do it or things like that. So it's kind of helpful to have them just kind of do it on their own and give their tips and tricks.
Yeah, and I think, you know, if you watch probably 3 videos, there's something different, you know, that a lot of us do in each video, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know, there was, I think on the Fang videos, we watched something and then we did something, you know, that looked a little bit easier in ours. I forget exactly, you know, what the detail was, but it's, I think if you watch some of the creator videos, you'll pick up, you know, bits from each. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been times where they've found better ways to do it than we even came up with, so.
Very
yeah,
cool.
so let me tell, you know, I'll send out our, like when you guys do videos or influencers, I'll send it out to our team and say, hey, check this out. And it's good for our salespeople to know and the designers. And I have my family watch them too. My parents, they enjoy watching them.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how great our installs are. I know we spend, if we recorded, they could actually be really long if we recorded all the time that we're just looking for tools. And it's like the most basic tools that you should just have.
Yeah.
It was, sometimes you just can't find them. Somebody put up here, this is the comment that we need to show. Creator formerly known as Blacktop Devil.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I think, well, I mean, I don't think I have any more questions. Is there anything else you guys would like to, you know, to put out there?
I guess one thing that we wanted to mention too, we do offer, you know, lifetime warranty against LED failure on our lights too. And that's a big thing we want people to know. So, you know, they're easy install, plug and play. And also if you're getting your Christmas gifts and things like that, it's best to order soon before, you know, shipping delays or things like that. Or we just have e-gift cards that you can get if you're a last minute shopper too.
Nice.
Cool.
Yes. E-gift cards always work for last minute. So.
Oh, someone wants to know what we're drinking. Well,
yeah.
Water.
True.
Unprepared. They were unprepared, Drew.
They are healthy. Look at these.
Yeah,
look at the 2 of these.
Come on.
Yeah. Azura's probably on her like 11th glass of water today.
No, not that extreme, but maybe the 3rd.
Cool. Oh, thank you, Jason. Late to the party, man.
All right.
So we good?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're good. Listen, thank you, Jason. Thank you very much. And honestly, thank you guys, you know, for coming on. It was very, very great. I mean, people might not know, but this is like the first time that we've spent time together.
Yeah.
Just chatting and getting to know each other.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've met most of the rest of the crew.
Yeah.
You know, at rallies.
So I did have that question.
Uh-oh.
As far as rallies go, how many of the rallies have you guys personally been to?
So I usually hold down the fort at the office. I'm not part of the rally crew that travels, but I do usually go out to Sturgis with my brother and dad. So I do make it out there for a few days, but that's actually the only rally that I go to.
Okay.
How about before Ciro was even a thing? Like when you were just a rider, did you get to rallies then?
I actually didn't. I was just with college and then my other job. I was really working all the time, so I never really went.
Okay.
No, AEROs been to Sturgis.
Yep. Well, listen, man, Sturgis is the one. I mean, if you
Yeah,
can't,
yeah, that's
if you can't make it to any of the rallies,
Oh, but you know what? I did go to Sturgis back when I think it was their first year that Ciro opened. So that was fun to go out
2014.
there and just see it all come to be and whatnot. That was exciting. So I did go to a couple Sturgises then, I guess.
we have another Ciro guy who just popped in here to the chat. He's in Georgia, but he must be on that West Coast time. Barber CVO.
Yeah.
Clearly doesn't have the bell notification clicked on ours.
See
how it is. See how it is, Barber.
Barber was a Jersey boy, but now he's a Georgia boy.
Yeah, he's a Southerner.
Yep.
I see someone asked the story behind AERO's name.
Oh.
Yeah, well, my full name is Aaron, and my parents say they just kind of made it up. There used to be an offshore powerboat racer too named Don Aaron, spelled differently but similar to that.
Wow.
All right.
That's cool. Different. Neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, we like we told you guys earlier, we're going to keep this one a little shorter a lot shorter than normal. These guys are small business owners and probably don't get very much free time to themselves, so we're not going to keep them any later.
Till like midnight,
Yeah, well, we would normally be here till midnight. But thank you guys all in the side chat for showing up as you guys always do and chit-chatting with us. If you want to see more of us, we will be on tomorrow night. The Military Biker is having a live stream at 9:00
with a cast.
With a cast, it won't be just us, so it'll be a lively crew with several other creators out there. So check that out if you want to see more. I'm not sure about next week because I think you might be busy next week.
Yeah, we might be.
So we might not have a live next week, or maybe we'll have a surprise live and it'll just be me. Who knows?
Could be. We'll figure that out.
We'll figure that out, but definitely tomorrow night, tune in. And again, we just want to thank you guys for coming on with us tonight. We had a really good time. We really do love the company and love the products and appreciate your support of our channel.
Yeah, thank you guys. I
Thanks,
had a great time being on here. It's fun.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Awesome. Yeah, just have them stick around the back room for a minute.
Don't get off yet. Hang out for a sec here. AERO and AZURA.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up, like I said, and we will hopefully see you guys in the side chat tomorrow night. And stay tuned, like I said, for the Thirsty Thursday, which is now Thirsty Friday.
Fugly Sweater Friday.
Check that out tomorrow. That'll be dropping. And again, stay tuned for all the Christmas beer reviews we got coming out in the next few weeks. All right, we'll see you guys later. Later.